Here's another continuation off that last video that I made. That last one was getting a little too long, so I cut it off. But I want to dig into this too. This is one thing that we've ignored. Let's go back to this, reset. Let me take this off. Okay, we're back to my mix how it was, besides the couple little EQ changes I made to try to show, you know, I didn't put them back to exactly what they were on the acoustic guitar and electric guitar. So here's this. Now let's look at stereo image. Look at how steady my stereo image is from, I don't know, 50, 60 hertz down versus this. Okay. So you tell me, all right, what's occupying that space on there? Well, it's bass, right? So here, let's look at our bass. There's our bass. Our bass is mono, right? I can't. There's mono, there's stereo. It's one bass guitar, so I don't know what I can or can't do to that. Now, I can make it wider with plugins or with phasing in the low end. Like I could I can do this. I can come down here and I could boost 4 dB and I could take out 4 dB at 55 hertz. And then look, I'm going to start creating phase issues in there, right? Now, I don't know why I would ever want a stereo bass, but let's drop this down to 30 hertz on each side. So I'm doing equal and opposite, left and right. This is left-right, not mid-side processing. So there you go. Now I've made my bass stereo from, I don't know, 50 hertz up. So my point in doing this is I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're trying to compete with something in that range, like competing with the kick and you don't want a sidechain compressor duck in there. You could mess with phase issues and you could cancel out phase in a certain range where the kick's hitting. The kick will punch through and your bass will end up monoing back in a mono mix and sound fine. That gets a little confusing with phase stuff. But my point is that's not what's happening in the track. Billy Decker does not do that. Nobody does that. This is an extreme thing to come in here and have to phase EQ left-right difference, equal and opposite to make bass sit. So what else is down there? Right. We have our kick and snare right up the middle. Now, I am not going to go through the trouble of sending my kick and snare and trying to make that stereo, but you could do the same thing, create phase. Here's my kick and snare parallel compression with it. Here's my drums. Nothing. Now let's take the kick and snare out, and we basically just have overheads, right? I sent everything else except the kick and snare to this bus. Still don't have anything working down there. Okay. Now, we did there, because those were, that's interesting that happened. Those are floor toms doing that. Little kick off to the side. That's this. Right. There's your floor tom. So you're going to say, what else is competing with that space? Well, let's see. So here, we went through drums. It's not drums. It's not bass. Here's your music track, which is going to be guitars, banjo. Right. Okay, so it's not that. And those guitars aren't hitting in that range. We're getting down to 40, 50 hertz. I noticed something in here, though, that was a little strange. It's electrics, Gretches. Need to go out to the music track, music bus. Okay. So we have this. Right? That's not what's going on down there. Okay, so it's not kick, snare, drums, bass, guitars, banjo. Let's see the vocals. On this road together. This makes sense because we're high passing vocals, right? So met you in a small town, brought you in my world. Right? Here we go together. And take my hand and hold me tight. This is basically exactly what Billy Becker is doing on his vocals on this track. I basically ripped it off. Forever. Okay. So now you're saying, well, we can fake that. We have
take my hand and hold me tight. Doing this forever. her. Met you in a small town, brought you into my world.
We can add verb to that and see if we could space that out. So let's pull this back up.
Thing just to be with her. Asked her what her name was, said it didn't matter.
Let's add verb.
Then she just the one I wanted, what I need. I told her I'll do anything just to be with her.
Here's verb. Let's make it dramatic.
Asked her what her name was, said it didn't matter.
There you go.
Then she jumped
But that's not happening.
into
Right? That's not happening in the mix, but we know we can do that. Okay, what about delays?
a song girl and she's on top of my list of one I wanted, what I need. I told her I'll do anything just to be with her.
So delays don't do that. So far we know reverb does that, but we would never use reverb in that dramatic of a fashion. What about an H3000? So a harmonizer,
girl
basically.
And she's on top of my list of one I wanted, what I need. I told her I'll do anything just to be with her. I asked her what her name was.
But you're basically creating a robot effect on your sides. That's not happening in the mix either.
Said it didn't matter. Then she jumped into my car. Well, here we go. All along.
So here's vocals with all the effects.
A song girl and she's on top.
We literally just went through everything. We went through all the instruments. We went through the drums. We went through the bass. We went through the vocals. Nothing occupies that space. What is happening?